Afternoon, teachers. So we have another day for our in-house training, and today I'm happy to welcome Mr. Anup Kumar as the resource person for this training, and I hope we will have a good session. And the topic he has prepared is psychological development of human beings. So I hope it's nice that math teachers are preparing nice topics. Good to hear that. So I hope we will have a good time with him. So have a nice day. God bless.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, sister, for this opportunity. And before I proceed, I would like to show you a video on this. Actually, my topic it's somehow related to the development of any human being. And since we know that this development doesn't come all of a sudden. All right, I would be using this English and Hindi because we do have the teachers between us. So कोई भी बच्चे का जो विकास होता है वो जनरली वो जब बच्चा अपनी माँ के पेट में आता है उसी टाइम से उसका जो विकास होना शुरू होता है तो ये विकास वहाँ से उस बच्चे का पूरे लाइफ टाइम टिल his or her death it continues and every time if you stop learning the things it means you are dead. This is not what I am telling, but this is most of the psychologists believe. Because over the time, whenever we are in a society, we out to learn the things, maybe in different ways, maybe in different stages. कहीं पे कहीं कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग रोज कुछ ना कुछ बातें नई बातें सीख रहे हैं. तो in this today's first session, I will explain all the things that has been said by our especially education psychologist between 0 to 2 years. So before I discuss any more things, I would like to play a video on this. All of you must have seen this movie, right? Is it? Yes. Please have the video first of all. Alright, stop. Thank you, Gaurav. So which movie is that? Bahubali. All of you must have watched it? Yes. I too have watched this movie in Jamshedpur with one of my friend's child. That boy was around 2 to 3 years old. You must have seen this movie and you have enjoyed this. This movie was one of the, gross earning 1,000 crore or something. लेकिन जो बच्चे के साथ मैं मूवी देख रहा था उसने मुझे एक सवाल किया. बोला अंकल ये जो स्टैचू ये लोग ऐसे लिटा के बनाया है ये लोग अगर ऐसे खड़े खड़े अगर बनाते तो उठाने का नौबत ही नहीं आता. Is it true or not? What my point is that what we actually do, what do we observe? The small kid doesn't observe the things in the same way that we are observing, we are doing. उन लोगों का नजरिया पूरा अलग होता है. ऐसा नहीं है वो लोग समाज से हटके है, but they do have different perception of all the things. If I ask any small kid to multiply this 2 into 3, then that kid might be doing 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this 2 plus 2 plus 2 and this 2 into 3, both the same thing. So I just shown this video to show you and illustrate perceiving the things. Based on this, if I proceed. When a human baby is born, जब एक छोटा बच्चा जन्म लेता है, then I believe that there are more bones than we expect. How many bones are here? Any idea? कोई जब छोटा बच्चा जन्म लेता है तो it's around more than 300 exactly. So when this growth continues, उसके बाद ये bones जो होता है धीरे धीरे एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़ता है, कुछ गायब हो जाता है, कुछ एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़ के एक नया बोन बनाते हैं. तो इस तरह से इट्स जस्ट एन एग्जांपल ऑफ बोन. सो देयर आर सो मेनी वेज. सोशियो इकोनॉमिक बहुत सारा फैक्टर रहता है जो कोई भी बच्चे का एक सामाजिक विकास में उसको हेल्प करता है. Now, according to this Aristotle, who was the legendary Greek philosopher, he said, man is by nature a social animal. An individual who is unsocial naturally and not accidentally is either beneath our notice or more than human. Society is something that precedes the individual. अगर हम कहते हैं कि एक समाज में इंसान अगर अपने आप को वो कितना भी इंट्रोवर्ट कैरेक्टर का हो, अगर वो अपने आप को अंदर कर लेता है, समाज से अगर पूर्ण रूप से अगर अपने आप को अलग रखता है, उसकी स्थिति किसी न किसी दिन एक जानवर की तुलना की जा सकती है, उस हालत उसका हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, I used to read some article where I have gone through this Alauddin Khilji character of this Padmavat. You must have seen that movie also. I'm mentioning about the movies, it does not mean that I'm movie addicted or something, but I'm just trying to relate the things with this real life. So he has gone this 14 days of isolation, no contact with anyone. After that only he was able to play the role of this Alauddin Khilji. तो कोई भी इंसान को उस हद का एक एक्टिंग करने के लिए उसे समाज से अलग होना पड़ता है, और फिर उसे नॉर्मल आने के लिए अगेन ही नीड दिस थेरेपी एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. तो अगर हम एक छोटे बच्चे को जब वो स्कूल आना शुरू करता है, देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट यू विल फाइंड दैट व्हाई ही इज नॉट एबल टू कम टू स्कूल. देयर विल बी सो मेनी रीजंस. वन रीजन यू कैन से दैट उसे घर वाला इन्वायरमेंट नहीं मिल पाता है, जिसकी वजह से बच्चा स्कूल नहीं आना चाहता है, पहली बात. दूसरी बात, स्कूल में उसे उस तरह का वातावरण या माहौल नहीं मिल पाता है, या फिर वो आई मीन ही इज नॉट कंफर्ट टू दैट जोन दैट ही विल बी एडजस्टेड टू. So this NPE, New Education Policy, this 2020 has, I mean, enlisted on the behavior और कि स्टूडेंट्स को आप कैसे स्कूल के माहौल में आप कैसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उसको ढल सकते हो, वो कैसे कंफर्टेबल हो. So all these things you'll see. Like this bone, we were talking. Apart from bone, there are so many things that this human infant body takes place changes. Now, according to this Jean Piaget theory, he is one of the psychologists who has done research on mainly his own daughter and his nephew. And उन्होंने पाया कि बच्चे का जो विकास होता है वो जनरली 4 स्टेजेस में होता है. फर्स्ट वन दैट इज सेंसरी मोटर, that continues till 2 years, then pre-operational 2 to 7 years, then concrete which lies from 7 to 11, and then formal that will be lying above 12 years old. Now each one of them have different goals. कोई भी बच्चा अगर आप देखो छोटे बच्चे को, if you have ever played a peekaboo game, I mean जैसे कुछ छुपाना and then हटाना, that is what we call object permanence. छोटे बच्चों को लगता है their imagination power is so high that even if you remove anything from their eyesight, they will believe that the body or that object still exists inside their mind. This is what we call object permanence. So our today's topic will be mainly focused on this sensory motor activities, which is till from birth to 2 years old. Now all those who are baby mother here, may I have your attention please? I mean all those who are having babies. All right, one we have. So my question to you is that how do you used to wake up your baby? Just by
kissing her forehead and.
Why not? I mean shouting near her ear. क्यों नहीं?
As an adult, we don't like to be disturbed when we wake up. So it's my perception that I don't like that I am getting disturbed by some activity, and then I wake up and my mood is not good.
All right. So with this, exactly that's what we are expecting. With this age interval that is 0 to 2, actually this particular age interval is called as sensory motor. क्यों हम इसे सेंसरी मोटर का नाम देते हैं? कोई भी ह्यूमन बीइंग में आपके 5 सेंसरी ऑर्गन्स हैं, देखना, सुनना, फील करना, टेस्ट एंड ये सारा. बिटवीन दिस 0 to 2 years बच्चे का जिसे हम सेंसरी मोटर कहते हैं और ज्ञानेंद्रिय कहते हैं, इनका विकास जो रहता है बहुत हाई स्पीड से होता है. The graph it touches a very high peak. उसके बाद से ये धीरे धीरे डेवलपमेंट होना शुरू होता है. I mean if we are talking about the graph, then graph between this 0 to 2 years it goes like this, then ये धीरे धीरे बढ़ेगा. So between this, if you give any small kid anything, what they will do at first? सबसे पहला काम वो क्या करते हैं? अगर कोई भी छोटे 0 से 2 साल के बच्चे को अगर कुछ भी अगर आपने पकड़ा दीजिएगा, क्या करेंगे वो? Exactly. So this taste I mean this sensory motor, this tasting level is at very high peak. उन्हें कुछ भी आप दीजिएगा सबसे पहले वो लोग चूसना पसंद करते हैं और उसका टेस्ट वो लोग अच्छा लगे नहीं लगे even though they will do that. So what my point is that during this 0 to 2 they have this very high peak of their development. Now again this 0 to 2 years has been subdivided into different timing. I mean his reflexes start to working like crying. कोई बच्चा अगर जन्म लेता है then first thing that they will do is crying. अगर वो नहीं होता है then we call it as the abnormalities or something. It happens. Then between 0 to 1 the child understands the environment purely through inborn reflexes such as sucking and looking. Between 1 to 4 primary circular reactions occurs. That is, the child works on an action of his own which serves as a stimulus to which it responds with the same action and around we go. Then between 4 to 8 months, secondary circular reaction happen in which the child is more focused on the world and begin to intentionally repeat an action in order to trigger a response in the environment. Now this point, sometimes if a child is lifting hand, then if you sit in front of the child, then he will recall that उसकी करने से आप बैठ रहे हो. This is what it means. कभी अगर ऐसा होता हो कि बच्चा अगर कुछ कर रहा है, अगर उसे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर जैसे let's relate this with even a dog also, because all this experiment has been done with the Jean Piaget जो था, उन्होंने एक डॉग के साथ स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स के साथ इस एक्शन को किया. अगर कुत्ता अगर भौंकता है, उसे अगर खाना मिलता है, नेक्स्ट टाइम whenever he or she feels that dog feels hungry, वो क्या करेगा? Exactly same thing is with child also. अगर उसे पता है कि अगर वो रोएगा तो उसे खाना मिलेगा, then what he will do? अगर उसे एक बार अगर रोने से अगर खाना मिलता है, then again he will whenever he feels hungry, he don't know what he mean by hungry, but उसे पता है कि अगर उसके पेट में कुछ जाने से उसे राहत मिलता है, then he will start crying. If he feels happy, then that will be shown also. Then coordination of secondary reaction develop certain focuses on the demand object. Responses become more coordinated and complex. Tertiary circular reactions that happens between 12 to 24 months, children begin a period of trial and error experiment during this service stage. This trial and error, I mean, you are going to do something and that is wrong, then again you are doing something, then again that is wrong. I mean, it's kind of spiral. आप एक चीज कर रहे हो, नहीं हुआ, फिर आप कर रहे हो, तो ये तब तक वो बच्चा करेगा जब तक उसे उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव फुलफिल नहीं होता है. Then early representational thought. Children begin to develop symbol to represent events or objects in the world in the final sensory motor stage. When this stage is over, then children actually they used to understand with the help of picture and symbol. कोई बच्चे को अगर आप बोलते हो कि बेटा हंस के दिखाओ, he won't laugh because he don't know what you actually mean by हंसना. उसे जब तक हंसता हुआ कोई वीडियो नहीं दिखे या फिर रोता हुआ वीडियो उसे नहीं पता चला या फिर गुस्सा होने का वीडियो नहीं पता चलता है, then he won't be agree. I will show you a demonstration on this also. I mean how any child used to acquire this feelings. अगर बच्चे के हिसाब से अगर कोई चीज नहीं होता है तो उसे गुस्सा होना है और वो होगा, लेकिन उसे नहीं पता कि गुस्सा कैसे होना है. मुझे अगर कोई चीज चाहिए और अगर मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है वो चीज, then हमें गुस्सा होना है, लेकिन वो बच्चा नहीं जानता है. So all these things, I mean how any child is acquiring this knowledge. First thing, knowledge acquire करना, फिर वही knowledge को उस knowledge के साथ आगे बढ़ते जाना जब तक उसे कुछ नया knowledge नहीं मिलता है कि नहीं, this is not acceptable in the society, so let's change this knowledge. So this is all happening before he comes to the school. Then Jean Piaget theory for this infants, he has mentioned children were often thought of simply as mini adults. The way children think is fundamentally different from the way that adults think. Intelligence is something that grows and develops. Now, if we think that small students are not intelligent enough, then that would be wrong. Because small students, they are also intelligent, but they have different way of being intelligence. It has been said, कहीं मैंने पढ़ा है कि कोई बड़ा काम जो है, अगर आप कोई the one who is lazy or something, that kind of students अगर आप उसे दे दो, then he will surely find a way to do it in an easy way. And it happens, it works also. Because sometimes all the intelligence doesn't lies with this intelligent people. So there are ways to tackle the things. Older children do not just think more quickly than younger children. There is a difference when we are talking about qualitative and quantitative. So there are both qualitative and quantitative differences between the thinking of young children versus older children. He concluded that children were not less intelligent than adults, they simply think differently. This Jean Piaget's thoughts were convinced with this Albert Einstein, where this Albert Einstein said about him that Jean Piaget's ideas were so simple that only a genius could have thought of it. Now, Jean Piaget's theories, that is sensory motor stages from 0 to 2 years, the infant knows the world through their movements and sensation. Children learn about the world through basic action such as sucking, grasping, pakadna, looking and listening. Infants learn that things continue to exist even though they cannot be seen. That we talk about this object permanence. They realize that their action can cause things to happen in the world around them. Then children not only learn how to perform physical actions such as crawling and walking, they also learn a great deal about language from the people with whom they interact. Now, like we are focusing on more word, like language में जब हम बात करते हैं, अगर हम किसी को अगर गाली भी देते हैं, जब बच्चा अगर हम बोलते हैं कि बच्चा अगर गाली देता है स्कूल लेवल में, तो फिर बोलते हैं घर से सीखा है, घर वाले बोलते हैं स्कूल से सीखा है. But actually, where this child are learning all these things, if you are talking about this, कोई भी गलत काम जो रहता है ना उसे घर में सिखाया जाता है ना स्कूल में सिखाया जाता है. But he knows that अगर कुछ गलत हो रहा है तो मुझे वहाँ पे इस तरह का लैंग्वेज यूज करना है. Is it? So, this process of language understanding plays a very important role in our higher lives. I mean, जैसे जैसे आप आगे जाओगे वहाँ पे आपका इसका बहुत जरूरत पड़ेगा. और many times we used to think that it's not very much necessary. इसे हम लोग अनदेखा करते हैं. For example, let's take a demonstrate. For all those Hindi teacher, we used to pronounce व का उच्चारण स्थान कहाँ से होता है? व ओट से. बट इफ वी आर नॉट मेकिंग द स्टूडेंट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि व हमारे ओट को राउंड करके नहीं बोलना है बल्कि व दांत के साथ अगर बोलना है, आई मीन पुशिंग अप योर टीथ्स बिटवीन द लिप्स, द स्टूडेंट्स अगर आप उसे सिर्फ सुना के बोलते हो तो फिर वहां पे वो बच्चा नहीं समझ पाएगा. बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जो व को अभी भी व की तरह बोलते हैं, दांत को जीभ में दबा के. इट हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड. विल सी दैट एग्जांपल्स आल्सो. Now, when we are talking about the sensory motor organs, you will come across that many students, they don't develop a good handwriting. Many students, they don't develop when you are dictating anything, तो वो लोग बहुत बार किसी और की कॉपी से छाप के लिखते हैं, वो लोग डायरेक्टली नहीं लिख पाते हैं. Why so? क्यों ऐसा होता है? Why? Any idea?
Of interest.
ऐसा होता है कि नहीं? I mean, classes में that students those who are in 9-10 classes, teachers may not be able to understand their handwriting also, what they are writing actually. If you are dictating anything, they will miss it. क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है?
Sometimes they lack interest also.
All right, let me tell you my story then. I believe that none of you knows these things. That till then I have been holding this with my left hand. I used to be left-handed person. All right, though I used to write with right-handed. When I was small, I used to do everything with my left hand. सारा काम मैं आंख बंद करके बायां हाथ से हथौड़ा मार सकता हूँ काटी पे, लेकिन दाहिना हाथ से अगर आंख देके ही मारूंगा तो भी मेरे हाथ में लग सकता है. The reason is that I am a left-handed person, but my father believed that this is something odd, so he forced me to keep on writing with this right hand. So अभी मैं कहाँ का? ना left hand का ना right hand का. So all those students, those who are writing with this, I mean not proper handwriting, they are actually not, their sensory motor organs are not developed fully. I will show you an example. Before that, गौरव भैया क्लिक कीजिएगा. इस पे ये ब्लैक वाला भी टच कीजिएगा ना, ब्लैक वाले पे टच कीजिए. प्लीज हैव दिस वीडियो. Just observe his expression. Maybe that boy has got angry after looking into this angry face. This video was shared before some day. So actually this actually happened in real life also. How the students are learning is from their sensory motor organ. This can be depicted in a varied ways. This is the reason that after so many researches, जितने भी 19 के दशक के बाद जितने भी एजुकेशन साइकोलॉजिस्ट आए हैं, पहले हमारे जमाने में इतने प्ले स्कूल नहीं हुआ करते थे. The reason behind that we are having a large number of play school and the face structure of this play school are much higher than this our normal classes. The reason is that the development of the sensory motor organs plays a very vital role in our हायर सेक्शन. और ये बहुत ही जरूरी है कि कोई बच्चा का सेंसरी मोटर ऑर्गन जो है वो आपका फुल्ली डेवलप्ड हो. बिकॉज इफ यू कंसीडर दैट देयर आर अराउंड 8,000 करोड़ न्यूरॉन इन अ नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बॉडी. 8,000 करोड़ मीन्स टू मच. सो इसमें से बहुत सारे न्यूरॉन्स है जो आपका बॉडी में हाथ में मतलब हैंड राइटिंग आई मीन न्यूरॉन्स व्हाट दे आर सेंडिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल. बच्चे को दिमाग में इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल के थ्रू मैसेज जाता है कि आपको लिखना है, आपको देखना है, बोलना है, सुनना है, चलना है. आई मीन ऑल दोस एक्टिविटीज हैज टू बी डन विद दिस ब्रेन व्हेन इट्स सेंडिंग दिस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिग्नल्स. And when these neurons are not fully developed, then what will happen? Obviously, if your electric wires they are not, I mean, गौरव भी अगर ठीक से अगर इलेक्ट्रिक वायर अगर ठीक ठाक नहीं लगाए होंगे, then obviously fuse उड़ना है. So the same thing which happened with this human body also. So before you totally grow up, this thing is very necessary that your reflex action should be, I mean, fully developed. Because many times आप देखते हो बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे रहते हैं जो क्लास में आप कितना भी कुछ बोल लो, बैठे हैं तो बैठे ही हैं. हम लोग we used to comment also, I mean not particularly I am telling anyone, but sometimes teacher used to comment कि एकदम शरीर में जानी नहीं है. But thing is that we don't out to research the reason behind that. So there could be so many reasons behind that. So we actually need to focus on that. We cannot simply put a blame on the students that बच्चा नहीं पढ़ रहा है. But there can be so many reasons behind that, and we need enough time for that also. So that's also true. So now see. Actually, this handwriting was sent by someone. I believe. Can you read any of line of this? Is it possible? Now you won't actually believe this, but this is the handwriting of class 9 student. I mean, almost 14 to 15 years old. Now, there can be so many reasons behind this. हम लोग जो बोलते हैं कर्सिव हैंडराइटिंग क्यों? जो जूनियर क्लासेस रहता है वो लोग कर्सिव हैंडराइटिंग करवाने का रीजन क्या रहता है? सबसे पहले, now. All those baby mothers, I mean anyone, you can tell me, I mean what you have done to develop your, I mean those who are mother here, how or what you have done to make your child sensory organs this, I mean so that they will develop fully. अगर हम handwriting का बात ही करते हैं, then what you have done? Anything that you would suggest or what the teacher should do or what our mother should do in this regard? Let me give you an example. When you are cooking this chapati, आटा को जो आप ये करते हो कभी छोटे बच्चों को दे दीजिएगा. दे विल ट्राई टू मेक शेप आउट ऑफ इट. इज इट नॉट? बाय दैट व्हाट दे आर एक्चुअली डूइंग इज दैट दे आर पुशिंग अप देयर मसल्स. सो ये मसल्स जब तक आपका हार्ड नहीं होगा, नो मैटर इन वॉट एवर वे, कितना भी चिल्ला लीजिए, क्लास के बाहर बैठा दीजिए, डायरी भर दीजिए, उसका हैंडराइटिंग इंप्रूव नहीं होगा until unless their muscles are totally, I mean, prepared for writing the handwritings. Is it? Now, if you are talking about the world's top country for best education system, then UK, United, Australia, all these countries comes at first point. I mean, these are the top. Whereas India comes at 145 out of 191 countries. 145 मतलब इंडिया से पहले. This is the record of 2018, I believe. 2018 का है. In which on education index system, India comes 145 out of this 191. So now. Those countries which are good or they are at higher quality, this quality index or this education index, can you give me any example why their education system is, I mean, better than us? हम लोग तो इतना सब कुछ कर ही रहे हैं, but still, why as a whole country, why we are lagging behind this 144 countries? Or what they are actually doing here? Yes, miss.
Actually, my question is in the context of the handwriting. That even the doctors cannot read their own handwriting. So, can we say that their sensory motors are not fully developed? kind of
See, handwriting development, I mean, it's not like that we can develop the handwriting of each and every students.
Yes.
But the thing is that these are the factors that affects of bad being or having bad handwriting.
But sometimes it happens with us also that when we lack interest and if there is a lot of pressure, then we also are not a
So
very
obviously
good
we can do that in
writing
writing also.
person.
I do agree with that, but we are just discussing some of the factors that can lead to bad handwritings.
And the education system, maybe their education system are more standardized because they do not focus
So
on the
this-
small
I mean-
aspects.
Okay,
And
so in that standardized in what aspect? I mean, in what sense we can say that they are much more
there are
better
other
than us?
aspects also that they focus more kind of. I
More,
mean,
I mean-
that you will elaborate.
This new education policy, they have mainly focused that from the age of 3.5 years, the students will be coming to school for playing only. And this playing will this will lead to their actually sensory motor organ development. This is the psychological aspect that this MP has justified behind this. Another thing is that अगर हम philosophically बात करते हैं तो बच्चे को घर वाला involvement देने के लिए भी स्कूल में बुलाया जाता है. But this is another aspect that is ताकि वो आए उन लोगों जो शारीरिक विकास है शारीरिक विकास होना जरूरी है. For this reason only the students are being called to school and this MP जब से लागू होगा then obviously there will be so many changes and all those I mean me including me also we will take some time to adjust with it. So if you go through it will be better for us. So जितना जल्दी आप इसके अनुरूप जाए उतना अच्छा हो I mean for all of us. Next thing is that this is Johari window actually. I mean if you have heard about this Johari window before that I would like to recall something. There are some students in our schools also. Where, I mean, you must have all those old teachers. You should know. There was one student Nikhil from class 10 when you were the class teacher. Remember Miss Nikhil? Now that student has performed well when he was doing the debate. Remember? In that debate competition, he has done very well. Now those teachers who were going, none of the teachers I believe who believed that he will be performing so well. Is it or not? When he performed on the stage, yes, miss?
I did believe because I told at that time Sister Marina was there, and I told him that if we look at his interest and motivate him, he would do. I have taught him in class 4 and class 5 and 6, and I did see the change in him.
Okay.
So I did believe.
That's great. I mean, there are some sites where teacher used to see the things that we will see here. I mean, but sometimes what happens that we don't see the changes or the until unless any student is put into a situation, because this is something situation that demands any person to change or to reveal what actually that person is. Or another example is Akansha. When she was playing Coco, Pritam sir, when she was playing Coco, did anyone expected that she will be so much aggressive on the field? The sweet face of this on this Bazo, this Akansha, seems to be I mean both शांत स्वभाव की बच्ची और वो ग्राउंड पे जाने के बाद जब वो खो खेलेंगे, she was being so aggressive that nobody expected that she would be so much aggressive on the field. So there are so many situations where people realize that this student cannot be the same students. So for this, we need to see what this Johari window says. It has 4 windows actually, in which first one that we are saying is open arena, in which what I know about myself, what others know about me. This will contain all those things in which both the things will have. Again, you will see the examples on this where you also know about me and I also know about myself. This will contain all those things. Then the second one, what I don't know about myself, what others know about myself. आपको मेरे बारे में पता होगा, लेकिन मुझे खुद के बारे में नहीं पता है कि मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ या फिर मैं ऐसा हूँ. Then another thing is that what others don't know about me, and then what I don't know about myself and what others don't know about me. So this part is being unknown to each and everyone until unless you are put into some situation. जब तक आपको कोई सिचुएशन में नहीं रखा जाए तब तक ये विंडो आपका छुपा हुआ रहता है आपसे भी और सारी दुनिया से भी. So what are the examples on this? We'll see. This thing, you can see I mean there are so many things. what is known to me and what is known by others. These are able, adaptable, being brave, caring, cheerful, complex, confident, dependable, dignified, empathetic, and so many are there. Then things that are I don't know about myself, but others know. That is calm, clever, idealistic, independent, intelligent, so many. Then again, bold, reflective, searching, sentimental, silly. Then the spot where it is not known to me, neither to others. Then that is your accepting, energetic, ambitious, introverted, nervous, powerful, quiet, religious. Now, this good thing, all these things can vary person to person. हो सकता है this accepting nature of mind, it could be known to others also. So for different persons, it could vary. It's not same for everyone. All right. Now, most important thing when we are going to the this education system, this is all about 0 to 2. I mean, the psychological development is a very fast thing, but I have included only 1 or 2 figures. The most important thing is that while we are dealing with the students in our daily life, it is very important to diagnose the cause of any happening. If there is anything happening, if any student is fighting with anyone, then there can be so many reasons. First, we need to diagnose them. पूछना पड़ता है कि नहीं क्यों, अगर ऐसा हुआ है तो क्यों हुआ है. And it's not like that we will ask them and they will eventually answer. Because sometimes what happens that yesterday only one of the students' parents called me and they said that do you have called the students to school? I said no, it's not said. I didn't call any of the students today. The parents said that नहीं students बोला है कि नहीं टीचर ने बुलाया है स्कूल जाना है. Then I called okay फोन दीजिए बच्चे को. Then she said नहीं सर मुझे कहीं और जाना था, मैंने पेरेंट्स को झूठ कहा है. And when I asked that okay, can you tell me where you was about to go? She said सर नहीं बता सकते आपको. Now the thing is that students while they are growing up, they will hide this part, this unknown part from us. And there are so many ways there where you cannot directly involve with them to directly ask them. Now she is being a girl, I cannot ask her directly that what was the reason. But eventually, when I had this a series of words when I had given them in the past classes when we had this offline classes, then I have given them a series of words. Where that girl has mentioned few things which is to be noticed is that I have given word home. She mentioned behind that I don't wanna be. I mentioned proud. Hate. Then she mentioned proud. I wanna be alone. Like this kind of things. So obviously there is something wrong with her psychological statements. So what my point is that we cannot diagnose any student directly or indirectly, but there are series of psychological tests out of which the 16 PF is one of the famous, which was invented by B. Raymonds. उन्होंने 16 PF के अंतर्गत 16 personality factors which affects our personality. उसमें आपको तरह-तरह के 16 तरह के सवाल दिए जाते हैं. जिसमें हम बच्चे के सामने different situations रखते हैं और उसमें से वो क्या करना पसंद करते हैं. ये 16 questions आपके 16 factors को decide करते हैं कि आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है. Whether you are going to be the child, whether you are going to teach a child, or whether you are going to, anything. So this section here, then we have, so many kind of this personal intelligence test, and there are different tests we have in our daily life. So whenever we are going to, next time whenever we are going to teach any students, it's very much important that to bring the students not only physically inside the class, but also mentally. Alright, so because the students are coming to school, no doubt, but that is physically. It's very necessary for us to bring, we have to do something. Now, I showed the video because I believe there are so many, those who came late or something. If I show this PowerPoint, obviously eventually I will get your attention and you will forget this everything which is outside this room. So this kind of things has to be done in our daily life also to draw your attention when we are in this school. So, and if we are having issues like कोई बच्चे को handwriting नहीं दिक्कत है या फिर dictation का दिक्कत है, then we have to work on that. We have to suggest, okay, you will have to listen to this song, and you have to write that song lyric to me without googling, उसे सुन के. This kind of question is also done. अगर हम उसे बोलते हैं नहीं गाना सुनना गलत बात है नहीं, उसे गाना सुन के ही lyric लिखना है. So this kind of things is also done, and to develop this sensory organ of this hearing. So all these things about this, I think this was the last slide. And next slide will be on this. I mean, after this about this 2 years old. Since this was 0 to 2 years old, so it was a little bit short, and we'll see the next slide there.